on it this summer. I definitely tried to get better at it. I've always been a leader my whole life, but coming here right away, freshman, you're obviously not going to be a leader. But yeah, I definitely worked on that in my mental this summer, being mentally prepared for what's going to happen this season, being mentally prepared how teams are going to guard me. I think I'm physically ready, and I know I work on my game, but that mental side is important just as much. Thank you.
What kind of jump do you think you can make from what you did last year to this year? Because I think that there are some people maybe on the outside of the program talking about, Johnny Davis made a huge jump from his freshman to sophomore year. What kind of jump do you think you can make?
I think I could just make a big jump with my leadership, like I said before. My play, obviously, I think it just needs to be more consistent now, more than ever. And just show I can step into that role and be that guy. And I know how to score with multiple defenders around me and being on the top of the scout. So, and my guys and my coach are put me in the right position to make that jump too. They've done it all summer and in the fall, and my coaches obviously believe in me that I'm going to make that jump. So I give all credit to them, all credit to God.
Has that been the conversation this year, knowing that you're going to be, I don't want to say a marked man, but certainly this isn't, you're not going to creep up on anybody. You're not going to surprise anybody. They know who you are.
Yeah. Like I say, I got to mentally prepare for that. I think that's the biggest part of it. Because sometimes your shots are not going to fall in the game. Like, sometimes you're not going to be 100%. Sometimes teams are going to double team you, try to get the ball out your hands. So you got to know how to impact winning the other way than scoring. So I think I'm mentally prepared for that. And I've been engraved in that my whole life. Impact winning without scoring. So yeah.
How do you view the point guard position? I know at Wisconsin maybe it's not. There are point guard principles to it, but maybe you don't necessarily have to be a pure point guard to play the spot. How do you view it? You can tell me I'm wrong.
No. I view it as it's a positionless sport now, I think.
Okay.
So, you do have designated points. I think last year Chucky was the designated point guard.
Sure.
But I think with this team, as we grow and as we learn each other, I think we really don't have to have a designated point. Obviously, we have 3 point guards that have been playing point guard: Daniel Freitag, Kamari McGee, and Cameron Hunter. But obviously, I can play the one a little bit, and I know Kless can play the one a little bit. And that probably takes the stress off Kamari and Cam and Dan, because they don't have to bring it up every time and get pressure all the time. So, yeah.
I wanted to ask you about some of the new guys. What has stood out about Dan in his first, I guess, well, he's been here a couple months now, but the practices that we've seen these last couple of weeks, what stood out for you?
What stood out for me was he's ready to learn. He tries to sponge up as much information as he can. He's always asking questions, and I'm proud of him for it, because some people just sit back and don't ask questions and closed mouth don't get fed. Like you said. So, like I said, and then his confidence on the court. He's confident out there. He's not scared of the moment, and he's ready to go.
What is the key to being able to play early in your career? Because you obviously did it last year. What do you think was the key to that, and for him too?
Just playing your role right. I think coach needs you to go out there and just play defense. Go ahead, play defense. Coach needs you out there cutting, moving, rebounding. Just go do that. I think once you sell in your role really well, the scoring will come. The other stuff will come. But once you excel at your role and do what coach needs you to do what's best for the team, then the other stuff will come. So, yeah.
Yeah, I guess, sorry if you already answered, but I kind of want to talk about your development in the offseason. I know it's kind of touched on them a bit for me today, but I guess I want to kind of get an idea from you. What was kind of the emphasis during the offseason? What were things that you kind of, after that first go-around, you said, hey, this is what I want to focus on and take that lead?
I want to focus on just being my body ready. I mean, I've never played that many games in the season, so my body was honestly drained, and I had those injuries. So that's the first thing I worked on. I think I've just worked on, like, I'm a really like tight guy. Like my body, they say I walk like an old man. My body's tight like an old man. So I definitely like been stretching a lot more, trying to get more mobility. But the other thing I worked on just being mentally prepared, like I said, for the challenges that are gonna come now that I'm at the top of the scouting report, and I just been prepared for just being ready to obviously score the ball, but be ready to, if it's clogged up in the lane, if I'm getting double teamed, finding my other teammates and being a player as well as being a leader too.
And what's kind of surprised you about, this group? Obviously, you kind of you've seen them all day, you've seen these guys all summer, but now that you're in this team setting, what's kind of
surprised me? I don't think any surprises, honestly. I think I know how good people are. I think the transfers definitely stood out. They definitely played good, and they came right away. Came right in competing. I think a guy who's going to surprise you guys is Jack Janicki, sitting right across over there. But it didn't surprise. I know how good he was. I know how his mind thinks and how good of an IQ he has. So, and I'm just proud of him and proud of his growth. And obviously, the guy sitting next to me, Nolan Winter, proud of his growth. I think you guys are going to really have fun watching that 2023 class on the same floor together, because we are going to be on the same floor together at one point this season. So it should be fun and surprising for you guys.